Welcome to my random kitchen in our temporary home this week. I am Brittany Bass, a full-time passenger seat princess and operations manager of Matt Becker Fishing. If you don't know me yet, I am also Matt's girlfriend and full-time travel partner in this crazy life. He is a professional bass fisherman with Major League Fishing on the Bass Pro Tour, and we have just finished our second year on this tour. And he is the reason why I'm always in these random kitchens and how this podcast got its name. So with this channel and podcast, I get to bring you some of the best wives, girlfriends, fiancés, and some moms, all of the women behind professional bass fishing, to talk about their lives, their backgrounds, how on earth they got here, and all the behind the scenes goodness that goes into making a tournament season possible. So this is episode 30 of Random Kitchens. What do you want? Sit. Sit. Yeah, Kenji.
Good job.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the delay this week. Normally I post on Thursdays, but this is going out Saturday. We are on our 5th week away from the house, and it has been a little bit crazy, so this week is a little delayed. But today I am super pumped to introduce you to another extension of our fishing family, this wonderful animal lover, Kurt included, a multi-talented crafter and small business owner. Welcome, tournament angler Kurt Mitchell's girlfriend, Kelsey Walls.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Wow. So welcome to the Random Kitchen this week, even though she's actually already been in this kitchen before, because this house, we've been staying at for like
3 years?
Yeah, we've been staying here a long time. So the owner of this house is also named Brittany, and we all hit it off when we first started coming here. So it's been super, super nice. We actually can book on Airbnb or off Airbnb. But yeah, so that's been super nice. So we love this kitchen. It's random, but not too
There's
random.
a hot tub?
Yeah, and there's a hot tub and ample parking when it's not completely flooded, because the boys created like
Mud.
a ditch.
All the mud.
It's truly tragic. But as you guys know, this podcast is so that you can meet all the women behind bass fishing, but also so they can meet each other. And I've known Kelsey, I guess as long as I've known Kurt, really, like 3.5, 4 years now. Kurt roomed with us the full second season. I was with Matt, so it was still the FLW/MLF. They were buying each other, or MLF was buying them at the time, pro circuit. So we did the full year with it, and now the pro circuit is the invitationals. So
They did a bunch of moving around.
yes,
All
lots of
kinds
different names, mergers, and all of that jazz. So after the change with the invitationals, Kurt has stayed with us, obviously, because we're friends, but also because of the Toyotas. So we've stayed together with those. And then he has fished, he fished the Bassmaster Opens for a season in the middle. But now we are back together again for a Toyota. We are in Waddington, New York. So basically Canada.
Yeah, we can see Canada.
We can literally,
Canada's right there. We could jump.
We could, or swim, but like very, very hard because there's lots of current.
Yeah.
So the boys are on their second day of this tournament. It's Toyota Series, so it's 3 days if you make it to the final day. So fingers crossed that both of our boys make, I think, is it top 50 or top 25? Cut.
I never remember.
I
I'm
know.
going to say 25.
I think it's top 25.
Yeah.
So they have to be the top 25 to fish the final day. So fingers crossed for that. They both weren't, well, Matt wasn't super thrilled with what he had yesterday. He still had 20 pounds, but up here you really need like
25.
Yeah. Like
Kurt
a
had
lot
19.
of pounds.
He was not happy.
No.
Yeah, no. It was a bad day apparently, but hopefully the big ones show up today.
Yeah.
Because they're out there.
I know, they are. There's like a million of them. I mean, there's fish everywhere. They're crawling. But it is kind of crazy, like up here, and Matt will say this, well, he does say it all day long, is the Great Lakes smallmouth are real transient. So whereas some places they like hunker down, here they're just, you have to find where they are that day or where they're at for lunch, basically.
Yeah.
Little nomads. So hopefully all that goes well. Okay. So starting from the top for people who don't know you, and this is going to be a little weird, kind of like Kristen, because I do know her. So I'm going to ask questions I already know the answers to. Okay. So bear with me. But who are you?
I'll throw a zinger in there.
Yeah, you can just change it up, change your entire name.
Actually, my name's not Kelsey this whole time. It's
Alejandro. Yes. I mean, or Alexa. I guess I didn't give you points.
It's not Chelsea, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, Kelsey. So, who are you? Where do you work? And where are you from?
So, I'm from Maryland, originally. The tiniest town, Goldsboro. My family basically lived the entire road with my family. 15 minutes away from the nearest gas station. And now I live in Milford, Delaware, where literally I could walk to a gas station.
To everything.
So, it's totally different. I love both of them. I'd rather not have neighbors, though.
Yeah.
So I would love to go back to, like...
more out in the country.
Yeah. Town's great, but not for me.
They want to end up in Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah. I posted a house that was for sale, only $500,000
I know,
in Tennessee.
Just like something slight, you know?
So we just need to win a couple tournaments, and then we'll be there. And I work at an animal hospital. I've been there 7 years. It is rough, but I absolutely love it. It's like a passion. People are always like, I don't know how you do that. I could never, see the sick animals. But we're literally their voice. Like you have to do it.
Advocate for them.
Yep. We're their voice, and even the people. Like you're helping people too. So people are my favorite, but I like animal people.
Yeah. So animal people are the best.
Dealing with animals every day. It's not puppies and kittens. It's a lot of sick, aggressive, mean dogs. But again, we help them and heal them. Just this past week, I had 3 splenectomies. Monday, Tuesday,
Spleens?
Wednesday. Yeah.
Out?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Every
How
day.
do you know you need a spleen out of an animal?
Ultrasound. You do ultrasound, X-ray.
Oh, dang.
One of the dogs was the doctor's dog.
Jeez.
And she was crashed.
I feel like, so one of my really good friends, Marky, who was one of my neighbors up in Pittsburgh, or was my neighbor up in Pittsburgh, she is a vet tech, and she said, originally when she went to school, she didn't realize, how hard it was actually going to be, as far as emotionally hard, too, because, like you said, you're giving them a voice, so they can't say, oh, that feels good, or bad, or thank you, or,
Yeah, they definitely don't say thank you.
Yeah. Or I love being here,
no. They bark their lungs out all day sometimes, so...
It's a lot. I have Kinji. They have actually you probably saw her in the background, but just know I'm not petting my own leg. I am petting Kinji, the German Shepherd's head. So how many years has Kurt been fishing on a major tour?
Oh, since he was, I think, 21.
Oh, okay.
20 or 21.
I actually didn't know the answer to this.
A long time.
Yeah.
He might have done it full time when he was 25. I had to ask him, to be honest. Yeah, I think around 25 he was doing it full time.
Nice. And do you travel with him?
I try best as I can. Sometimes I have to work weekends, and my schedule's kind of wonky, but I try.
Yeah.
I have a lot of vacation time this year.
Yes, that's always good. Did you bump up another, or did you just not take it off?
What do you mean?
Your vacation time.
Oh, I had a doctor's appointment this week, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep.
We do love that. So you guys know I'm trying to stay real consistent with the podcast as far as flow. So I'm going to add in a picture of Kurt and his boat so you can see that, and Kurt and Kelsey and their family so you know who the heck they are on and off the water. It just helps people connect it to live and all of that stuff. So it's going to be over top of our faces right now. And then, like I said, as far as flow, we're going to go through you and Kurt and your family. And then we'll take a little break and do you, Kurt, and fishing, which is, a large part of our lives. So, start with you. What is something you do every day without fail? And she actually, normally I send these questions before just so people can get a little prepped. I didn't. So, surprise.
Something without fail. I usually have a Red Bull every day. It's totally not healthy for me, but it's either the carbonation or the caffeine that I'm addicted to. And
everyone says I do this and it's not healthy for me, but I still think that there's an element of health, because if your brain is happy, if you're happy and it brings you joy, I feel like it's an offset.
And It's no different than coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more caffeine in coffee than a Red Bull. Come on now. But yeah, I get yelled at work for drinking. But I stick to one a day. No more than that.
That's pretty good.
So no heart attacks here.
Matt calls my Diet Coke, which I have like a couple a day, but he calls my Diet Coke like my death drink.
Yeah.
So, but it makes me happy.
Keeps you from being depressed all day.
Yes. So what is something you love to do for just you that like Kurt doesn't really have a play in?
Probably getting my hair done because that happens once a year.
I love it. Like dyed once a year or cut once a year?
Both.
Okay, yeah, I'm a cut once a year as well.
I don't have any heat products. I don't have a blow dryer. So
really?
Yep.
I love blow dryer.
Getting my hair done is like I just sit in the chair for 3 hours and
do whatever.
Yep. Oh, and then the horses, like he's not part of the horses, but that's my therapy every day. Just going into the
You go every day. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you have to. They are like,
they're
animals.
Yeah.
They cannot feed themselves. I mean, right? Because they don't.
Yeah, I mean, they can go.
I know nothing about horses, to be honest.
they have grass all day, so it's not like dire that I get there every day, but I worry about their water.
Okay.
Water's the big thing I worry about.
And what is your favorite boat snack?
Okay, so they're these little sausages. They're called, oh my God, Mama something, but they're hot pickled sausages.
What?
And Kurt, even if I don't ask for one, he always grabs me one when he goes to the gas station.
Just in case. Is that what they are?
Yeah,
they're just pickled sausages.
They're pickled sausages, and don't read the ingredients because it's like pig heart, beef heart. Yeah, but they're so
well, y'all
good.
eat scrapples, so
yeah, same thing. But they're so good. They're spicy. They go great with a soda because I don't drink water. It's bad, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah,
I'm like, coffee, Diet Coke, wine.
I think I'm chronically dehydrated.
Yes, I was just talking to Matt about that. He was like, he said coffee dehydrates him. He was like, you don't feel dehydrated? And I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm chronically dehydrated. So I think my body is just like, if I give it water, it just swells. It's like, what the heck is that?
Yep. I had a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I like iced coffee.
Yeah.
I had one at work the other day, and I like peed 3-4 times. I was like, oh my God. I went home and told Kurt, I was like, I peed a lot today. He's like, no, Kelsey, that's normal.
It's a normal reaction. That's actually why I hate drinking water, because I feel like I pee more often.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Nobody wants to do that. It takes too long.
So at the beginning of this, I called her a multi-talented crafter because I feel like she always learns the coolest things. Like she has learned how to vinyl wrap her car, learned how to do the epoxy paint.
Yep.
Crafty and clever and creative just because of we showed up at our house and they took all these little tiny pictures of themselves and put them all around our house for us to do a scavenger hunt. And I have all of them still.
In the fridge?
Yes. That or just they gave us a survivor kit, or she adds muscles to Kurt in pictures with this cool little app, just wildly creative. So I wanted to ask, have you always been creative, or do you just kind of MacGyvering stuff?
I think so. As a kid, I drew a lot. My dad's the creative type too.
Ah, okay.
So I think that's where I get it from. But yeah, my wall as a kid was nothing but just sketches everywhere.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I didn't realize that. I didn't know that you drew.
Yep. I actually, my grandfather, his house is for sale, and my dad was like, do you want anything from the house? And there's one picture that's been framed for years and years and years that I drew, and we can't find it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I have a picture of it on my phone, at least. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I've been able to draw, sketch, and I think it's a little bit of I hyper fixate on things, and I want to learn it, and I learn it, and then I get good, and then I move on to something else.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, that was fun.
Yep.
No, I like it, though. I feel like you just have lots of different talents. It is so fun.
Yep. I definitely like to learn.
Yeah.
Always. Something else.
Have different projects.
Yep.
No, it's good. And as a vet tech, I know you love it, like you said. Was it always your dream job?
It was. Yep.
Very nice.
Yep. So I look back now and I'm like, I should have been a nurse. But
you would have to deal with people.
I know, but they make so much better money and blah. I mean, I'm making okay money, but not for what we do. That's a chronic thing. That's not just me. But always a little kid, you wanted to work with animals.
Yeah.
And my first choice.
Kenji's little face. I wish, hold on, let me see if they can see this. Look at her little face. Kenji.
What are we talking about?
She's like, Mom.
But no, I wanted to do large animals, so like horses and stuff. But
is that different? Like you had to go to a different school, or how does that work?
Not necessarily. It's just if you have a background in it, starting out, it's easier.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But as a vet tech, you learn all. I mean, I guess you could go in and specialize in large animal. There is like you could get to. Wow, you could get like a vet tech specialty and go back to school. It's not like 2-3 years.
Nice.
But
maybe when y'all move to Tennessee, my specialty is
we'll be
big
rolling
animals
money,
because that, and we have lots of big animals.
Yep. Mountain lions.
Yeah, we actually do have. Well, not mountain lions, but what are lynxes or the
bobcats.
Bobcats.
Yep.
Bobcats. We got bobcats. I tried to tell Matt. Sorry, segue, but I tried to tell Matt that I saw a mountain lion up here. And he was laughing at me hysterically because
they're not in Canada.
I don't think they're here. It was I had Iris with me, another wife, and it was a bobcat. A little
here?
Yes, here. Literally in daytime, ran across the road. We were going to the movies, so I had just picked her up for lunch, and plain as day, but big. And I thought his tail was longer, so when I googled large cat, it was mountain lion. Matt laughed. It was not a mountain lion, apparently. So Sarah Steffen, our last guest, I always ask the guests what question they have for the next guest without knowing who it is. So her question was, what is your favorite place, favorite lake that you've been to traveling for tournaments?
It's a hard first and second between Lake Champlain and here, St. Lawrence. I love New York.
Yes.
I mean, not New York City, but upstate New York, I love it.
I feel like people have no idea what's up here. The water is so clear. My mom, she always hated lakes because she thought the bottom was mucky. You
can't see it, the monsters.
Yes. Here it's so clear.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so clear. I would drink it, honestly.
And I'm the type that I like to, be outdoorsy.
Yeah.
And, drive down the road, you can be outdoorsy anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
Pull over and go hiking.
Yes. And there's tons of little parks, I feel like. And everyone's outside. You think, Eskimos or something when you think upstate New York or Canada or whatever, just because it's so cold, or what you would think is cold. But once the sun gets up, I mean, it's 75, 80 today.
I definitely wouldn't come when it's frozen, because I hear that everything freezes here in the winter.
It's
the river freezes.
40. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be here for that. But I'll have this in my summer home.
Yes, there you go. Snowbird.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so tell me how you got here. Tell me the love story. Okay, I'm so sorry. I just saw Brittany's sons. They are, our ditch. And they just came by. They just went by with shovels. So we'll have to check on that in a second. But okay, so tell me how you got here. Tell me how you and Kurt met.
I hunted him down.
Ah, okay. So tell me how it happened. And I do want to make this little point. Lots of fishermen, wives and girlfriends, hunt them down. They know that they
doesn't mean come hunt mine down.
No.
I mean, there's plenty of them out there. There's plenty of them out there. Pick your own. This one's
yours. My fish. This one's my fish. He's in my puddle.
Yeah. He's in my pond.
Yeah.
Private pond.
So how did you hunt him down?
So backing up years and years ago, so we first met. It was actually New Year's, and my mom was at the bar, and I was a responsible girl, and I picked her up from the bar.
Oh, nice.
And Kurt was there, so I'm sober as a bird, sitting at the bar waiting for my mom to be done, and me and Kurt started talking, and it was 20 minutes.
Oh,
but that's how we met. And then a couple years later, I think I Snapchatted him or something. It was my birthday. And I was like, hey, we're going to go on a date when you get home from your fishing tournament. And he was like, oh, okay. And we went on our first date the day after my birthday, and we haven't stopped talking to each other since. So, yeah.
I was trying to remember. I think was the very first tournament you came Potomac.
Yes, because I didn't know what to do. And I didn't even go to the weigh-in.
I know.
He will never let me live that down.
I'll never let you live it down. So kind of I don't know if you guys remember me and Kristen's first story. So when I first met Kristen, it was here. And she had been in the life, but that wasn't actually a first meeting, but it was a second meeting. And kind of similar, when I first met Kelsey, she rolled up. It was like late at night or something that you got there, and she came in and like they went to bed. So I like didn't get to like, hey, you know, whatever. Well, and then I saw her car out front and it was named Sweet Red Wine, or like it had a sticker, and I was like, ooh, that's cute. And I like wine. Well, so I get up, go to the launch. It's still there, and I'm like, maybe she's there. So I'm like looking around. Kurt says that she wasn't there, but that she was gonna probably come to the weigh-in. And I was like, probably? Like, question mark? Did you not tell her, ask her, nothing? Well, I didn't have her number again because we didn't meet or anything. I think you left to do something, and then I left to go to the weigh-in. She is not there. Get back.
So what happened was, okay, I didn't know what to do. Okay, he never told me this is how it goes. Like, I've always watched him on the lives. Yeah. But I didn't know like exactly what time it started. I was just always on the app like watching. So I was bored at the house. I was antisocial. That's why. I was antisocial. So I went
favorite people, by the way.
I went and got my toes done. I went and got a pedicure. And I'm watching his live as I'm like getting my pedicure done. And I see him like go across the stage. And I text him like, oh, good job. And I'm like, and then he's like, why didn't you come? I'm like, where's it at? I didn't know where it was. And yeah, it was bad. And I will never live that down. He tells everybody that.
I know. Well, I remember seeing him at the weigh-in, and I was like, I don't know where Kelsey is, and I haven't seen her all day.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I was like, I don't have her number, so I couldn't be like, you don't like go into someone else's room. You don't know if they're like sleeping, whatever. And obviously I didn't know her, so I'm not barging in. Now I would just barge in, but or at least knock. Yeah. But I was like, Kurt, where is she? And he's like, I don't know. So we get back to the house, and he's like, she was getting her nails done. And I was like, Kurt, you have to tell her she can come with me. Here's my number, like anything. Yeah. So she came to the second day.
Yeah, that was, like I said, I'll never live that down. Not my brightest moment.
No, I mean, so let me back up. I had no idea when I first started what you were allowed to attend either. Like, and the boys, I think in their mind, they just assume everyone knows because it's their life. So like without Brandon McMillan's wife, Brianna McMillan, I would have no idea. I like absolutely no idea.
Yeah, you taught me everything.
Yeah. So
and the yelling, I'm like a great yeller now.
We always yell at launches, so I always do. I always thought it was funny if people didn't. I mean, I love when people join in, but it's like quiet. But noise travels over water pretty good, so you can yell and they'll hear it. But but yeah, so when you come in, you don't have to know everything. Just find another girl and be like, what the hell do we do?
Yep, exactly.
Like, what is accepted? Because I had no idea. I truly didn't. But it's good. So is he a big sappy romantic guy or pretty reserved?
We have our own kind of like romance.
Yeah.
We're such jokesters.
Yes.
So neither of us are super like romantic, like, oh my God, let's go get dressed up and go have a candlelit dinner. No. Yeah. But I mean, we'll do that every now and then, which is nice to like put on a dress and actually be girly. But no, we're so goofy with each other, which I love that about us.
Yes.
We're not romantic at all.
No, I like it. I keep saying that I need to reword this question because I really think it's more like, is he like thoughtful? You know, like more like that.
Oh yeah, no, he's very thoughtful. Like, food is the way to my heart. And he knows that for sure. Yeah, I had a pack of Oreos sitting on the table, and Kurt walks in, and he's like, man, when Kelsey gets here, you better hide those, because they're going to be gone in a day. Yep. I love my double stuffed Oreos. So does the dog.
Yes. Kenji loves double stuffed Oreos. Don't you? Yes. She's probably going to start drooling. So who said I love you first?
Kurt. Yep. He will probably deny it, but he did. It was so random, too. We were on FaceTime, and I remember it was around Christmas time.
He probably freaked out.
Yeah, no. He was so, like, quick about it. I was like, what did he just say? So we were on FaceTime, and I was like, all right, bye. He was like, all right, love you, bye. He, like, hung up. I was like, okay. I'll deal with that tomorrow.
Like, didn't even give you a chance to say, like, it back, okay.
Yep. And then after that, like...
He's like, I'm going to just test it out and just shoot it at her.
And then he'd be like, you could say it anytime. You could say it anytime. I'm like, say what? Say what?
You gotta say it again.
Yep.
Let me hear it first.
Yep.
That's so funny. So what is your, like, favorite date night? Well, actually, let me back up. How long have you guys been together?
So September will be 4 years.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're August. So that's, I've known you, well, I have known of you as long as I have known Matt, but I didn't meet Kurt until, I think, 2021, right? Yeah, 2021. So he has known her, but I have known you as long as I have known him.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Package deal.
Yes. A 2-for-1. Rich, it's really a 4-for-1. Or actually like a 7-for-1 animal-wise. Yeah, like a 7-for-1.
Yep.
Okay, what is your go-to date night? Or favorite go-to date night?
He loves Mexican. He tells everybody that I hate Mexican. My favorite food is queso. Which is true. Like, I don't like Mexican, like,
you
burritos.
Like that as a food.
But I could eat queso and chips all night long. So, yeah, we go to Mexican.
You do like Chipotle, though.
Oh, yeah, I love Chipotle.
That's
like American Mexican.
Yeah, that's true.
That's dumbed down.
It's clean ingredients. Is what it is.
So, any Mexican, we have like 3 Mexican restaurants in our town. Seriously, we could walk to one. And we went to one the other night, and it was delicious. But he embarrassed the crap out of me. So I got a drink, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, this is terrible. And then the waitress comes by, and she's like, so how's your drink? And I was like, yeah, it's good. And then he goes, I thought you said you didn't like it.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, Mexican, and then...
That makes my heart hurt.
I was like, no, I gotta chug it.
Now I gotta say over 1 million times that it was good.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so probably Mexican's his favorite. My favorite, I mean, we go to Buffalo Wild Wings a lot. I love Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
And we just got one in our town. We're there probably...
I do like
when they first opened, we were there once a week.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, their apps are good. They always have plenty of beer. It's always, like, good.
Yep. And sushi. Those are our top 3. It's always food.
I do love sushi. So all of our tournaments are in, like, smaller towns, and there's not a ton of sushi options every time we go. Like, I think the closest one Matt was looking up was in, like, Watertown. It's, like, 2 hours.
Yeah, I went through Watertown going up.
Yeah. So I wish, but we do love sushi, too.
Yep. And then, like... Not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Next one's coming. I talk a lot. Sorry.
Please do. Please. You're good.
But when we came up here for one tournament, it was from, like, around my birthday. We went, like, paddleboarding.
Oh.
And that was fun. And, like, our last one, where
he
we
got on a paddleboard?
Yeah.
Is he
balance? Oh, no, he was in a canoe. He was in a canoe.
Oh, okay.
I was on the paddleboard.
Oh, I was like, does he balance?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he does, because he's
got more balance than me.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm at the front of that boat. I'm at the front of the boat, and I'm like, you gotta let me know when we're moving.
I know, completely sideways, right? Matt's like, you have 2 feet. I have one on the trolling motor. It doesn't matter. And I was a dancer, like you would think, but no.
And then, where was the last place we went? Where that cave was? That hiking cave? The
Asabo Chasm.
Yeah.
Hold on. Someone in my comments corrected me. It's Sable Chasm. Yes.
Whatever you say.
Yes, I know.
But we went there the last when we were at Champlain.
Yeah, Champlain.
That was fun.
I do love that. That was a fun little chasm area. Yep. Y'all went to the tournament or the Olympic area. What's that place called?
Oh, Lake Placid.
Lake Placid. Yep. They have an Olympic training campus up there too. It looked beautiful.
That was fun, but it poured.
Yeah.
So we had to stay inside the museum a lot. So we learned a lot.
Well, what's been your favorite date that he's ever taken you on? I was trying to think of this for me because I feel like there's like a lot. Like we have like a lot of like time together, so it's hard to like pinpoint.
Well, I thought he was going to propose on one date. Oh! And no, it didn't happen. But it was...
I better know. I want to know.
Yeah, our second date, we went to this restaurant in town.
Your second ever date?
Mm-hmm. We went to... what's it called? It's called Benvenuto. We call it Benvenuto.
Oh, yeah.
And the people that own it know Kurt. And they're very talkative people.
They're Italians.
Yes.
Yes.
No. I don't think so. No? They don't look Italian.
What's Benvenuto? Isn't that Italian?
Benvenuto. Yeah, it's Italian... Whatever. They have everything.
Yeah.
But we went there on our second date, and the owners came over and would not leave us alone. Like, would not stop talking to Kurt. And the food wasn't that good. And I told her that the food's not that good. But
you told her?
I did. Yeah. Our second date. He was like, oh, this one's got an opinion.
Spicy.
So anyway, he was like, he texted me, this was a couple months ago. He texted me and was like, hey, let's go to Benvenuto, get dressed up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So I put on like a nice black dress. I had a nice face on. And then afterwards, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. And I told him, I was like, I thought you were going to propose to me.
Yeah.
He said, I would not propose to you at Benvenuto. I was like, all right, point taken. Got it.
But why not? Propose to me anywhere. Duh.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, anywhere.
But no, and probably like, I just like hanging out on the boat.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
I mean, I try to fish with him, but.
I was going to ask that. Like, do you fish with him?
Yeah, I mean, I try.
Or do you like to fish
He
with him?
says that I'm the only girl in Delaware that's thrown a glide bait and caught a fish on a glide bait.
Ah, and that's very important to him because
he makes glide baits. This is the
Yes.
one that he made. This is before, but still, I'm a first.
you are.
According to him, probably not. But
Well, and was it on a baitcaster?
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a feat in itself.
yeah,
Those
oh yeah, I
are-
learned how to throw the baitcaster.
Yeah.
I think it was in Florida at a tournament. Afterwards, after the tournaments, we always go fishing like recreationally,
Yeah.
have fun. And the first time I threw it, he's like, "You really gotta throw it in there." I'm like, "Okay." Bird nest.
Oh.
And it didn't even go anywhere. It just went right to
Right,
the water.
yes. Oh my gosh. That's like that's the worst part of bait casters.
Yeah.
Or the part that everyone says like, oh, you can throw a bait caster, that's like takes skill or like, that's hard. It's because it bird nests every single time. If you don't put the drag down or if you don't put your finger on it, if it doesn't go where you want it to, stops early, basically it's just a disaster.
So yeah, that was a feat in its own.
Yes.
That. But we got it down. We
Down
actually,
pat.
her duck rod has a bait caster on it, so that's where I get my practice from.
Yeah.
At home.
Oh, there you go. Actually,
Yep.
that's probably really helpful.
Yep.
That's probably helpful to him too, and he doesn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to like set up an obstacle course for Matt in the yard because he keeps saying he can't cast.
Obstacle. Oh, for
Yeah,
casting.
like- yeah,
I thought you
like
meant, like a run and jump.
No, like little circles. Yeah, Matt, go run. He'd be like, Brittany, you lost your mind.
You saw how slow he walks this morning. So
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I know, he's so slow. So they're like calling boat numbers this morning. This man, he's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And he had to pee. And I was like, well, just take the boat over there. Like, go pee in the corner, And he's like, no, I think there's like a bathroom up there. They're on like boat 80. He's boat 153. So a little bit of time. Do you think he runs to the bathroom that's like, a good fourth of a mile away?
Not even a brisk walk.
Not even a brisk walk. He walks his little self up there and his little self back down. He's like, what? We got like 20 more numbers.
And then he was like, oh, that was a long walk. We're like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Goofball. So very slow. I don't know how you would do with the obstacle course.
No.
It's moral of the story. Okay, so give me the rundown of like y'all's life, your life setup, meaning, so y'all are in Delaware together, and how many fur babies do you have?
So we have 2 German Shepherds that I brought.
One's Kenji.
Yeah. One of them's super old, so he's like already planning for a puppy.
Yeah.
And he wants a lab.
Is he?
Yeah. He texted me, he called me the other day, he was like, when are we getting a puppy? I'm like, not for a while.
They have Goldens right there.
He wants a lab.
Yeah.
I don't want a lab, but he wants a lab.
I do
So
love labs.
we have the 2 dogs. We have a pet bass, actually. Bud.
Oh, yes.
His name's Bud.
I forgot about the greenery.
We have a pet bass, crappie, and bluegill. And then so it's a huge like 90-gallon fish tank that we have. And then I have a little one with snails that I feed them.
Aww.
They love them. And then I have 2 horses, which I drive to every day. They're not at our house, but the 2 horses that Kurt is just friends with. He can ride them.
I know. I was like, it's in my notes to ask her, does Kurt ride the horse?
No. I told him, I was like, all right, today's the day. You're going to hop up, right? No. Because he doesn't go down with me at night, but I have a groundhog issue right now.
Ah.
So
I love groundhogs. No. I mean, they're bad for horses. I totally get
they're
it. Like,
leg breakers.
Yeah, my dad used to go and hunt them.
Yeah.
But I think that they're my, what is it called?
Spirit animal?
Yes. 100% a spirit animal.
Well, we've been trying to shoot your spirit animal.
I know.
So he came down, it had been like a while since he came down. And he came down excited. So excited to shoot these groundhogs. I was like, is that what it takes for you to get down to the barn with me? Is like
groundhog
some blood?
shooting.
But oh my god, these things, they can live through anything. There was like 4 holes. We lit 3 of them
They're
on
survivors.
fire. Yeah.
Spirit animal. Survivors.
Yeah. We lit 3 of them on fire, and either they had gas masks down there, or they don't need
their
oxygen.
holes. Oh yeah.
They either don't breathe oxygen.
Well, no, they dig. They can dig and put their head in another hole.
Well, something happened because we saw Kurt shot one. The second one went down there, and we stood there for about an hour waiting for him to come out this one hole, and he never did.
Maybe he died.
No, I saw him 2 days later.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that they have like kind of anthill-ish type of things down there, so they probably just packed your fire in and went the other way.
That's what we think too.
They're smart.
And then
Spirit animal.
And then I had my little gun that Kurt gave me, and I'm like sneaking up, and then it ran away. I was like, okay, I don't think I would have been able to shoot it anyway.
No.
Because it was like looking at me, and I'm like,
I know, they're so cute. They're so cute.
They're fat.
They are fat. They're so adorable, and their little hands.
Apparently, they're aggressive.
Yeah, they are.
Because I took Kenji out, and I was like,
again,
you're gonna chase these.
Spirit animal, aggression.
You're not aggressive.
I can be if you come after my family.
Okay, yeah.
Give you a little 1-2. I'm kidding. I'm not a fighter, but I'll definitely tell you to get out of here.
You'll use your words.
I'll use my words. Yep. Yes. Fully. Okay, so you have dogs-wise, Kurt.
He's a dog.
I had it. We got Kenji. What's your older one's name?
Lil.
Mm-hmm. Horse.
Mac and Playgirl.
Mm-hmm. Who else do we have? Bud.
Bud the bass.
Did y'all name the bluegill and the crappie?
The crappie's just crappie because he's so dumb. All the other fish we've gotten to eat like freeze-dried or pellets or something else, but this crappie refuses. He'll sit there at the top of the water waiting for food.
What does he want? A snail?
Worms?
Oh.
Or live, like,
not
guppies, goldfish.
Oh.
Or we've caught, like, fingerlings.
And put them in there.
But he will not. Hot dog. Bud loves hot dog. Okay? I've watched this crappie bite the hot dog, spit it out. I'm like, dude, you haven't eaten in 2 weeks. You gotta be hungry.
He knows it's not real.
He is. So he's just crappy. And then the bluegill are, Tiny Tim is the smallest one.
Oh, you have a couple of them.
We have 5 bluegill.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. And Tiny Tim's the only one that has a name.
Because he's the littlest. Yeah.
And they've gotten huge. We've had them since October.
Does the bass...
And they're huge.
Is the bass supposed to eat the bluegill?
No, they're too big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We made sure of that.
I wasn't positive.
Yeah.
Does Kenji go on the boat?
Yes. She loves the boat.
Does she love fish or...
She loves being with her papa.
Oh, yes. So Kurt is not dad. He is...
Papa.
Papa. I was like, Kurt, did you tell Kenji your real name? And he's like, Papa. I was like, no, your real name.
Yeah, and she knows, like, Kenji, where's your papa?
Oh,
and she knows, like, any chance to be with him, she loves. So we took her to Lake Champlain, and that's the first time going fast on the boat because all the ponds in Delaware are small. You don't get to put it wide open. And her hair was on ends. It looked like she had a blowout. And she finally figured out if she lays underneath the console, then she's out of the wind.
She's like, my hair looked fine.
Yeah. And then she does love to swim, so we'll let her jump off the back when we're done.
That's fun.
It's hard to get her back on the boat though. If it's not shallow, we have to like literally like drag her.
Oh yeah, pull her up.
Yeah.
She needs like a little floaty or something.
Yeah.
Something to grab onto.
Yeah, she loves to swim.
Look at this. And I may or may not overheat. So if I do, I'll just come back. My camera sometimes overheats. You see that little yellow thing? Like in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
It's so frustrating. Okay, let's do best fishing story and best non-fishing story.
So, best story is probably when I caught my first smallmouth. Those are fun.
Yes.
I love smallmouth. So it was, I don't remember what lake it was. Oh, Lake Saranac, maybe? It was for my birthday. This might have been my first time. I'm getting it mixed up, but he told me, he was like, they pull hard. Like, when they see you, they're going to dive into the boat. And it did. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God.
You, like, actually have to work at them.
Yeah,
like, they're vicious.
And then I had one, was it me that had it hooked? One of us had a fish hooked, and it's these clear waters that are up here. And we're watching it come up to the boat, and next thing you know, a huge muskie came up and chomped it.
You could see it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The muskie had it in its mouth while it was still attached to the line, probably for like 30 seconds. And then we got him up, and you could see the perfect bite mark.
Oh no!
Yeah, I have a picture of it. It was wild.
We'll have to insert it. We'll
Yeah.
insert the picture.
I wanted to catch a sturgeon. I wanted to catch something big when we were up here.
Well, sturgeons are like prehistoric, so
Yeah.
they're just really cool. Like they've been around a very, very long
Even
time.
if I just see one. Like Kurt saw one jump. I missed it. I was looking somewhere else. But I wanted to just see one.
They're like dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're huge.
I'll insert a picture of that too because they really are. They're the craziest looking things ever.
Yeah. And then the worst fishing story?
Ooh, yeah.
We went fishing on his birthday and didn't catch a single thing.
That sucks.
Yep.
That does suck.
I was sitting out the back of the boat with my feet in the water. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just bored.
You want to do something else?
Yeah. No, I felt bad for him. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
And he's like trying. I don't remember. It was some lake in Delaware we went to. Or it might have been Maryland. And yeah, we were going up and down. And we got a couple bites, but nothing ever got in the boat.
In the boat?
Yeah. That was rough.
Yeah, that's never fun. It's just a long day. Especially when they're trying to catch them. Like if it's like a pre-fishing, like
yeah.
What about best non-fishing story? Or most memorable? Because it could be bad too. Bobby Chapman, she was like, I only remember the really terrifying ones.
There's nothing really bad. I mean
good. It could be good.
Good.
Yeah. Like just best memory. I always try to think of like.
I got one.
Oh, okay.
Kurt hand cooked me Valentine's Day dinner a couple years ago. It was 2 years ago. I came home and there was a lobster tail. There was he says it was homemade mac and cheese. I didn't see him make it, but he said everything was homemade. Mac and cheese. There was something else like crab. I think he made crab mac and cheese.
Oh, jeez, that
it was
sounds
so good.
delicious.
Biscuits. Yeah, and he set up the table in our living room.
Aww.
Yeah.
See, he's romantic. Aww, that's nice.
That was the most romantic.
How the heck did he know how to cook a lobster?
I don't know. I think he must have Googled it. I think he had his phone out. And the kitchen was a mess. It was a mess, but it was so good.
That's a good one.
He had melted butter. I think he had it was garlic butter too. Yeah. It was really good.
Dang.
Yeah, I think I did a lot of Googling.
Yeah, no, that's helpful. YouTube is super helpful. So what do you think the best and hardest part of loving a tournament angler has been?
Traveling is the best.
Yes.
Because that's fun. Traveling is the worst.
Yes.
Because they go away.
Yes.
I was home the first couple days that he was gone, and I was like, I'm so bored. I miss you. What do I do when you're gone? I literally get in this little cocoon. I'm like, what do I do with my life?
Yeah.
He's not here.
He's not here. I don't have my fun partner.
Yeah.
I know. It's weird.
Yeah, when he's gone, you'd think you need time away from each other. But no. He's literally my best friend.
Yeah.
I talk to every single day when he's not around. When he's fishing, we don't talk.
Yeah.
That's
obviously.
one thing I had to learn.
Yes.
When I started dating him.
Which that is something a lot of people I feel don't understand, especially if you're younger and you're dating. They're like, why haven't I heard from him or blah, blah, blah. No. You don't hear from them and you shouldn't want to hear from them because they're probably having a crap day if you are hearing from them.
Yep. That's something I had to learn.
Yeah.
I'd be texting him hello. I'm like, and then I went fishing with him one day and I was like, nice.
I get it.
I see what you're doing all day.
Literally standing there.
Yep.
I trying to figure out the fish.
Yep.
I know. I was telling someone, I actually might have put it on here. That was one of the first things I asked Matt, and he was like, wow, that's such a breath of fresh air, because I was like, can you text?
Yeah.
I was working too, so I was, in a totally different situation, but I was like, is that allowed? Are you, and during tournaments, you're not allowed on your phone. So, unless with BPT you are at the breaks, but you're not allowed in a tournament setting to be on the phone unless you're calling basically 911 or the tournament director. So I asked, and he was like, wow, he's like, I have never had anyone ask. No, I cannot, and I want to talk to you, but I cannot.
Yeah.
I'm 100% focused. So,
and the text that I do get in practice, I'd be like, so how's it going?
Yeah.
A couple hours later, I'd be like, I suck.
Yes.
And then 3 hours later, I'm the best fisherman alive. I have a screenshot of that. The same conversation. It goes bang, bang, back to back. I'm like, okay, just must have flipped around. The day must have gotten better.
Depends on the area.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think, or what do you think Yao's life that you're building will look like in the future? Do you think he'll be full-time fishing? Do you think he'll be full-time on the fishing industry side? What do you think y'all's life will look like?
So he's
Or what do you want it to look like, I guess?
So he's kind of backed off on the tournaments just because he's been working on War Panda.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what is going to happen. I think he's going to just be building baits full time, and tournaments are going to be for fun.
Yep.
So I think that's what it's slowly turning into.
Do you think y'all will stay in Delaware?
No.
Do you think, is it up like to one or the other, or is it like...
We're both pretty in agreement that we don't want to live in Delaware anymore.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he's ever lived anywhere but Milford, Delaware.
Yeah.
To be honest. I think he's always been there. I've lived in many different towns. But I want to move somewhere south. I like the warmth. I don't like the cold.
Yeah.
But I like a beach too. So I like Tennessee, but there has to be like a huge lake with a beach.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what I want.
Yeah, like Watts Bar.
Yep.
Like Watts Bar.
Yep.
No, really, that's why I love Watts Bar, because it is more of like a party lake.
Yeah.
So there's people there that are pulled up on sandbars.
Yep.
And there's enough bass that like Matt can be entertained, but like I also can have my like chill time.
Yep. I like Georgia too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love Georgia.
Well, and actually like that whole mid area, like where we are, where it's like Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee combined, we are only 4.5 hours from the coast of Florida and like Gulf Shores of Alabama.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah,
Nice.
so like Gulf Beach, like you can get there pretty quickly, which is super awesome.
See, yep, that's where we're going.
I know. See, done, easy.
Last scene.
I know. So new scene, because my camera died again, as you guys know, happens, or it overheated. I put it in the freezer though, so we should be good. Okay, best piece of advice in general for a new lady coming into the fishing family
Is relax. Just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like up their butt 24/7, and take time for yourself. Like Brittany and I are gonna go to lunch.
Yes.
We like sometimes we'll go for a walk or go shopping. Just I don't worry until weigh-in time comes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I mean, like the title and stuff, I'll check in like every hour, but it stresses me out to watch it. So
Yes.
yeah, I just check in like towards the end of like the title, but Toyota Series, I just leave it all at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to stress, because I know they're stressing enough.
Yes, that is 100% true.
Yep.
And I love that piece of advice, because it is. It's like you can get, and y'all know me, I'm a heightened personality. So I am always stressed. I think if I wasn't a little bit stressed, then I would just like keel over. But I do, like, I think I get more, which Matt said this morning, I get more like worried about it and things than he even does. So I have to 100% take that advice pretty much every day of my life. Like, it's already predestined, Brittany.
Yep.
It is fine.
It'll be what it'll be.
It will be what it'll be.
Yep.
So last question, we're going to take a quick break. If we had a wives and girlfriends fishing tournament, a WAGS fishing tournament, which wife or girlfriend, and it can be you, do you think would win?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, do the other girlfriends fish?
Well, see, that's what most people say they like, and also why I want to do this podcast. We actually don't know who does and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. So
Because some people are just like, oh, that's his thing.
yeah.
And don't even, like, come along.
Yeah.
So, I would have to say me. But I would cheat. I would use hot dogs.
Or shiners.
Yep, exactly.
No, I've been saying, so like ICAST is like the big fishing expo every year where everyone comes in to town. So either they're there or like our Red Crest event, or like, you know, you could even do it at the Classic, something like that, where we get the wives together and do like a local pond. So we don't have to borrow any boats or worry about any boats, but just like, I think it would be so fun.
You know what else would be fun is like trivia. Like fishing trivia. You would win that.
I mean,
like if they'd flash a card, what kind of bait is this?
But see, well, I think I would win like today's trivia. However, like the back in the day trivia, I mean, there would probably be like, I feel like Tilley like would be really good at that, just because they've been fishing forever.
Yeah, but that would be fun too. Like, name this bait.
Yes.
What kind of knot is this?
Oh my God. I feel like if that was an actual thing, Matt would quiz me, because he wouldn't want me to look like crazy.
Yeah, go for that.
Or he would just be like, go free, Brittany.
Yep.
Tell him that you want to drop shot a frog, because I do, and I still think it's a smart idea.
Oh my God.
Because the bass are down the bottom of lily pads, and frogs swim, so, you know.
Well, make a new bait.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
I know. Drop shot a frog.
Next hyperfixation.
New technique. Yeah, loading now. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back and talk about them and their business life, tournament life, that kind of thing, and how the fish are all involved with them. We'll
Time
be back.
to refill?
Yes, that too. Okay, we are back. Let's dive into the tournament side or the fishing industry side of this podcast. And I just banged the table. Sorry for your ears. So starting from the beginning here too. Was he professionally fishing when y'all met? And you kind of mentioned it.
Yep.
So did you know what you were getting into with the tournament world before you got here?
Nope.
Did you think you knew what you were getting into?
Nope. Like I said, I was a crazy girl. I was crazy. Like, why weren't you talking to me all day? But yeah, no, had to learn that.
Did you know he was a tournament fisherman when you were seeking him out?
Nope.
Or did you have no idea about that? Yeah. I always wonder that too, because like even on, so you know, Matt and I met on Bumble, but his profile said like professional bass fisherman, but I still had like no idea what that meant.
Like, you do that for fun?
Yeah, like I asked like, do you make money at this?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? You know, because it wasn't in my life. Like
When I found out that he's a professional fisherman,
Yeah.
the first thing I did was get on MLF and like look at his stats.
Me too. I mean.
Like, that's a lot of money.
I didn't get on him. I didn't know about like website. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
But after we like dated and met, and he told me about it, for sure, I was looking at his stats, and I remember texting him like, "Wow, you've had some really good years in angler of the year." And he's like, "Yeah, I pride myself on being the most consistent angler." Like that was his biggest like self accomplishment, was being the most consistent angler in the pro circuit.
Yeah, and you don't realize how much all the money they win just goes right back into fishing.
Yeah, yep.
Right back in. Because I'm like, why you won all this money? Like,
where's
it at? No, it just goes right back into fishing.
Yeah, because everything's
It's
so
an investment,
expensive.
yeah.
It's so expensive. So probably a good question for you, kind of coming into this world: is this life what you expected? Like hearing that he was a professional fisherman, and then now like seeing.
So, no, I like it more than what I thought it was.
Like
I like the reality than what was in my brain.
I love that.
So, way back when we first started dating, I used to hang out with this group of friends, and one of the guys, like one of the girlfriends' boyfriends, was like, "Oh yeah, Kelsey, he's probably up in those hotel rooms with a bunch of girls." Blah blah. I'm like, why would you say that?
Yeah, like
why
don't
would you
even
say
add
that?
into my brain?
Yeah, and Kurt was like, "That's not what happens."
Yeah,
at
no.
all. And it came to me coming here and like, yeah, this is so chill.
Yeah,
like,
they literally sit there and
they
talk
literally
fishing
fish
all day.
all
They fish
day.
all day, and then they come up and talk about it.
fishing after eating.
Yeah, they eat, drink some beer if it's like an off day, or if they just want to or whatever.
No hookers involved.
No, there's really not. Honestly, though, I did hear some stories of like way back in the day that like groupies would show up at like Bassmaster Classics,
There was bass
or
groupies.
like their major championship,
Oh my
because
God.
back in the day they had like the Forest Wood Cup, or like, and yeah, they had like legit groupies. I think it was, who did, I can't even remember who it was that they all really liked.
Skeet Reese.
Probably Skeeter, like Ike and Nelly, you know. But they like had these groupies that would go to the tournaments and kind of like follow it around, you know, just like your NASCAR groupies
I could
or
see
whatever.
Skeet Reese having a bunch of groupies because of his past.
Because he was dancing. He was a dancer. He still dances, but not
really?
like not like that.
Okay.
But yeah, like at events, because we do like the Thunderbolt ball and stuff.
Yeah.
He is a very good dancer. He's super fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, and to this day, like he's one of my favorites because he is, you know, top in earnings, like has done a bunch of amazing things like within the sport. However, the very first tournament that Matt and I went to, that was Bass Pro Tour event, we met him, and every single time I saw him after that, he said hello. And he is one of the only like ones, you know, that's like OG, that's very successful, has no reason to say, you know, hello at the time.
Doesn't have a huge ego.
Yeah, like no. And honestly, like his truck is huge. His everything is yellow. You would assume like, you know, he would be like a big ego in the industry.
Yeah.
No, like very kind. And I have always appreciated that and always remembered that. And so obviously Matt is down to earth, and so he tries to do the same thing. But I really did appreciate that. I still do to this day.
Yeah, anybody that comes and says hi is good in my book.
Yeah, I like it.
Because I have RBF, so I'm probably unapproachable.
Again, y'all know my type of people. All of them too.
Yep. RBF, so I probably don't look approachable because I'm always like
squinting,
blocking the sun and trying to see. So, but
I feel like it is hard too because you're like always everyone's searching. Like I even noticed it in the morning. This morning I like hadn't had enough coffee, but I was like searching for Matt, and so I'm just like blindly looking through things, and then I finally was like, Brittany, like get your face together, like start smiling if you're going to be a sassy.
Yeah.
Is he currently fishing full time? And we kind of talked about this, but I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into like what that looks like for people who are or aren't, in it.
Yeah. So he's not this year. Last year he was full time, and it was like he started in February.
Yeah.
And then it went until October.
Yeah.
So gone every 3 weeks, once a month at least for about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, and he was doing, last year he did the Opens, the Bass Opens, the EQ Open, so it was 9 tournaments. And then
he did some Toyota.
Some Toyotas too. So his schedule is probably like ours, like about 15 tournaments.
Yep. But this year he backed off a lot. So this is probably only our 4th, maybe 5th. Probably not even that. It's probably like his 4th tournament. Because he's been working on his glide baits at home.
Yeah.
I mean, he's turned that into full time.
Yeah.
He is,
very
working
serious.
hard.
I know.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Like, so when I feel like, see people find their passion, like it is, it's like its own addiction, so it's super awesome. And like what she's talking about, started War Panda. So it is a glide bait company. If you're actually starting your first drop coming up.
Yeah, it's coming. It's not ready yet, but it's coming. He has so many people that have reached out to him because people are catching big fish on it and posting it, and then everybody wants them. So we're trying to
Matt brought it down to heavy hitters. That was part of our survival pack. Obviously we needed one for heavy hitters, but we still have our survival pack, and then obviously he has the glide baits too. So he sold a bunch, but then now
he's trying not to do like one at a time. He wants to do drops. So.
Which is typical of, just for you guys to know, the glide bait industry. They typically do that. They'll be like, Friday at this time, or actually any kind of like small batch hand done things.
And they're hard to get.
Always a drop. Yeah.
You got to be on it to get them. Because I've gotten him a couple for his birthday years ago. Like that's what he wanted. He was like, I want this glide bait.
Yeah.
And I had to be there ready.
Yes, at the time.
Yep.
So basically, he hand makes them, paints them.
Mm-hmm. We made the mold. He did everything. He carved his original one out of wood. We did the mold. That was the hardest part.
Getting the mold
was getting the mold because my TV dinner table, the TV dinner table, one of them is ruined from like the mold and the clay.
Oh yeah.
So that's his like designated working table.
TV table.
Yeah. So that one's ruined. But so the mold was the hardest part. Then he finally got that down. And he's actually working with somebody to make him more molds professionally. Yeah. So that he can get more out at a time.
And exact every time.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's been like fun to kind of follow along too, just to see like a different side of the industry. Mm-hmm. But he, prior to bass fishing, painted. So he actually I wouldn't say loves painting, but he's good at it.
Yeah.
He came and helped us paint and did paint our living room after he saw Matt's painting skills. He did not approve of Matt's painting skills, by the way. But transitioning that into his love for fishing and specifically love for glide baits because he always has loved glide baits, big baits. So I think it's so awesome, which I'm glad. Obviously, it has gone full time, full circle, full time.
Yep. My first time seeing a glide bait, I was like, a bass goes after this thing?
I know. They look
huge.
way big. Yes.
Yeah. He's like, well, you want to catch big fish, you need a big bait.
I know.
Makes sense.
It is crazy. But
and he uses Bud, our fish.
As a tester.
Yeah.
I love it.
So he, they have to sink at a certain rate.
Yeah.
So he'll go under a fish tank and just be, testing them. And the fish are just like, what are you doing? And I can't remember what he had the other day. It wasn't a glide bait. It was some other bait. But he was, flashing it in front of Bud. Yeah. And he was going crazy. So we have our own little,
tester bass
testing. Yeah.
I like it. We got a fish tank, but we can't have fish in there because we're never there.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, I feel like a tester bass is pivotal.
Bud.
Pivotal for success. Bud is pivotal. Honestly, you could put that in like War Panda's thing, like bass tested. Personal bass tested.
Exactly. He's starved, but
he's starved, but loves them.
So it's the only thing he sees. But
so now that he has like his little niche, do you think he wants to be a professional fisherman on top of that?
I think so. I mean, he loves fishing. Any chance he gets, he's even at home.
Yeah.
He goes fishing. I don't think he'll ever stop tournaments, but like I said, he's just gonna back off.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have time.
Tournaments. Yeah.
Like he gets so worried about getting things out on time. Me being his packaging person, make sure of it.
We decided she's employee of the month, employee of the year, employee of his life.
Yep. I've sent out a couple packages, so employee of the month.
So that is, 100%.
Yep. Even though one time it took me a couple days to get it out. He said, "How long was that sitting in your car?" I said, "Just a little while."
Just a little bit. I know. Getting packages to the UPS is...
Yeah.
I don't know why it takes me so long. It just does.
It's daunting.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta talk to people.
You have to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
It really, I mean, it is. It's a thing. And especially when I get home, like, I do not want to talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what did your family think when you guys first started dating? I love those questions because...
My family absolutely loves Kurt. My mom tells everybody that he fishes for white marlin.
Ah, okay. Just change up the entire fish.
Yeah, she tells everybody that he fishes for white marlin, and they'll ask her, "Is he in like we have the white marlin open in Ocean City?" And she'll be like, "Yeah, I think so." Now she knows
that it's
now,
bass.
Like I was pulling in, like right before our weigh-in, and she's calling me. It was like, "They're not on live yet. They're not on live yet. When's Kurt coming in?" I was like, "Mom, I'm trying to find a bird spot. I can't talk about this right now." But yeah, she's always watches him on live. Aww. She absolutely adores him. Yeah. So does the rest of my family. My dad too.
I love that.
Yeah.
And now they know it's bass.
Yeah. We've changed. She probably still tells people. Like she's a nurse, so she probably tells her patients it's white marlin. But
he fishes for everything.
Yeah, he can catch anything. What do you want? Flounder. Yeah. Bluegill.
So, do you guys have any superstitions when he does tournament fish?
No, not really.
Nothing you do consistently. You don't have to.
Well, he says he doesn't wash his jersey.
Oh.
I mean, I wash it when he gets home from tournaments.
Yeah,
but throughout the
during
tournament,
the tournament,
it can't be washed.
Interesting. Does he have any other ones that you know of?
Not that I know of.
I know. I think it's funny because I feel like most of the time when I ask, people are like, no. But if they really start thinking about like their routines, they like actually do have things that they'll like do consistently.
I mean, I think everybody does this though, but he reties everything the night before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not everyone does.
They don't.
That's a good fisherman trait. If it's like detail orientedness with their gear, and I feel like retying is one of those things a lot of people don't do because it takes so much time.
Yeah.
However, the first time that you lose a tournament because your fish breaks off, it will change your mentality on retying.
I know. I always hear I could have had 25 pounds, but I lost a 5-pounder, and I can't fathom that. Like, how do they know that it was a 5-pounder if you didn't get in the boat?
Yeah.
By just getting a flash at it.
They can feel it, see it. Yeah.
I don't have that. So he'll be like, we'll be fishing together, and it'll be like a drop shot. He's like, "Is it on?" I'm like,
Something.
I don't know, maybe. I'll start reeling in. Oh, I got one.
I love it. Matt always looks over and he's like, "You have one on," and I'm like, "What? I haven't even felt him yet." He's like, "He hit it like 3 seconds ago."
Whoops. Yeah, they have such feel. Like,
yes.
I will probably never have that, but they, like, I'm so jerk happy.
Yeah.
Like the second something hits it, I'm like,
even like grass, and
yeah.
Matt tells me that all the time. You're probably just hitting the bottom.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, how do you know what I'm hitting? I feel like I'm hitting fish. I feel like I'm running into them.
Hit him in the forehead. But he will literally be like, "Oh, he's got it," and he'll like, "You want it?" And then come hand the rod to me.
Yeah.
Like, I won't be able to do that. I feel something, and I'm gonna blow that thing out of the water.
Well, that I also am like way too dainty at my hook sets. I feel like, like I need to like hook them better. Matt says like give them the business.
Yeah. Oh no, I hook set.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's on nothing.
Yeah. I think I just get too excited and I'm like, ooh, like, but it just stops about here. I got something.
Like, God. It's a turtle.
I know, really, though. It's probably something. I could catch a bass like
loon.
this big. Yeah, oh my God. I would die. I would feel so bad. I love the loons.
Oh my God.
You guys actually probably have never heard me say that. I love the loons because they run on water. So I think
they swim. They
yes,
dive. They're
yeah.
birds that
like
dive.
Matt says that they're terrible birds. They're terrible at everything because when they fly and land, it's just like kabloosh. And when they take off, they have to paddle on the water.
Yeah.
So like fishermen hate them because they disturb the bass. But I love them. I think they are the coolest, cutest little things.
They're weird, that's for sure.
They are. They are loons.
They're like an otter.
Yes.
With a bird.
Yes.
Yeah,
100% with a little beak. So what is something that you love about the tournament fishing world that you hope never ever changes?
The crowd. I love when there's a crowd.
Yes.
Like, I love when people show up and are, like, screaming and cheering for everybody.
And are really exciid to be there.
Yeah. Like the tournament where they canceled.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was just, like, me and you in the crowd.
Yes.
There's nobody to carry the weight. Like,
Yes.
I love the crowd.
Me too.
And having people cheer on them.
Yeah, and seeing everything. Like, the whole thing come together. I feel like the guys get pumped about it, too.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes it so much fun. Because when they're out, and I was telling someone this the other day, like, it's actually really crazy how motivated they can stay on the water because we watch live and you can hear the announcers and you can get excited. You're like in the house, you can cheer. I went out to watch him at the end of one tournament, just watch him fish, and it's silent on the water. There is no live. They can't hear the announcers. There's no music. There's no like pump up. Like they are pumping up themselves, which I think is like the coolest thing that they can stay so in it for so long. Because there's
focus.
Yeah, like there is nothing I feel like for me that is that, you know?
It takes a special, like you have to love fishing.
Yeah, just be like absolutely addicted.
Especially like days where, like I said, that day we didn't catch anything.
Yeah, and you're
out there for hours.
Yes, going at it. I know. It's wild. So what's one thing you could change about tournament fishing? Or you would change if you could change it?
You know what I really hated is the title. They lined everybody up how they were going to win.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Yes.
Because I was like, it takes the surprise out of it.
Yes. And they still kind of do that.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
they do
that.
who they think is the lowest to the highest.
Yeah. I
know.
They'll be like, all right, you move this tank. You come over here. I'm like, no. Just let it be at the end.
Yes.
Let it be a surprise.
Let it be a surprise. I know it's because they have to like give the
TV,
speeches. Yeah. But at the same point, like I wish it would be like who arrived to the bump tank, basically.
Yeah. Because
I agree.
The guy that wins could be the first one to weigh in.
Yes, and then you have to sit on the hot seat the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I think that would also draw some like drama too.
Yeah. You want some suspense.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, me too. Obviously, I overheated again. So, what was I asking? Hold on. What is something you do that you think helps make Kurt more successful on the water? Because obviously we can't fish.
So we talked about it. I learned how to back the trailer in.
Yes.
Which I've been driving horse trailers for as long as I've had my license, but I don't know why the boat trailer is just so touchy.
Yeah.
So touchy.
They're not as long as horse trailers, I feel like.
Yeah. And I was always so nervous about backing it in front of people. Backing it in at a tournament is high intensity.
Yeah, there's lots of people around and lots of moving vehicles around.
Yep. So I finally sucked it up and did it. And I remember one time, it was the last one, it was Lake Champlain. I was like, I backed it up in the middle row. In the middle. Here, I'm ready. Come on, load up.
I am here. I'm excited. Get over here.
Yep. And then, I learned how to like strap the boat on and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I go through and I check him, make sure he did it right.
I love it. And I think that's so helpful. I mean, y'all saw when I asked Matt this question, he said that was like his favorite thing, especially at the end of the day, just like having it backed in and ready. He could just load up and, you know, get going. So get going out of there. So
not just a passenger princess.
Yeah.
I can do things.
Yeah. I mean, passenger princess first and always, but can do things too.
We can whip out some skills.
Yeah. It's like passenger princess with work boots. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yep. Fishing rod.
Fishing rod, yes. That can do all things. So what do you think Kurt would say is his like most like highest point of his career, most successful thing he was like most proud of like his fishing career so far?
The day that he won, I can't remember, it was FLW, but it was the day on Lake Erie that he caught like 115 pounds. I'm not gonna have it. It was over 100 pounds.
I know what it was. It was 118 point something, and I only know this because
he was getting on Matt.
Yes.
Because he was getting on Matt. Oh, Matt caught what, like 100?
Matt got 106 pounds like this last tournament.
And he was texting him, was like, that sucks.
Kurt was like, good, but not as good as 118 pounds. Or
that is
like
his favorite day, I think. Yep. And in the video, like, we watched it live, or not live, we watched it when it came on TV.
Yeah.
At our hometown bar. And in the show, he was like, caught another one. Caught another one. Let's go get another one. Like, yeah. He just
having fun with it.
Yeah.
That
was the tournament right before we started dating. So he was like coming off that high.
Okay, yep. Yeah. That was then it was the championship, the Pro Circuit Championship. It would have had to been in Wisconsin?
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he's got a big trophy for it.
Yes. So. I didn't know him. Matt knew him, obviously. Really? I didn't know him. I knew Matt. So I was at that tournament, but like we talked about before, I knew nothing. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to the weigh-in. I didn't even have...
You didn't go to that one?
No. So I was there.
Yeah.
Like, I was in Wisconsin, and I flew in, but I didn't know how to get back and forth because Matt and I hadn't talked about him dropping the trailer, me taking the truck. I didn't know how to back at this point. Like, I knew nothing. So I just stayed at the house. I had to work. I was working full time, but remotely. So I just stayed at the house and worked. I like kayaked around the house, but nope, wasn't there. Also, that one was a weird one, or not weird, but I don't know how they did the weigh-in part because it was every fish counts. Yeah.
So, which I wish they would do more of. Yeah. Honestly, I love that type of tournament.
Yes. So they did every fish counts for that championship. So his dad came into town and like brought me to pick him up one day. But I knew nothing. Yeah. So I was in Wisconsin, had flown up there to see the tournament, didn't go to the tournament. So it happens.
Yeah.
What about your favorite moment so far?
Well, anytime he gets top 5. Yes. To be honest.
Specifically, which number?
4th. Yep. We have a curse of the 4th in the house. That's what Curtis say.
He literally has gotten 4th place like 9 times.
Yeah. He hates 4th place. I mean, he could get 5th or 3rd. He'd be happy with that, but 4th, he hates 4th place. We have 2 4th place trophies at the house right now that I gotta find a place for.
Yes.
But he also
from this year.
We have a series at home called Stump Jumpers, and he's won like a butt ton with the stump jumpers, so we have plaques for that I use the 4th place trophies as stands for the plaques. For the stump jumpers plaques.
So stump jumpers is kind of awesome because Delaware is so small. Their lakes obviously are small, but they still have tournament bass fishing. So if you're in Delaware, look up stump jumpers, and they do it. It's like a couple of lakes. Mm-hmm. So the entire tournament field is divvied up, and you start on a different tournament, or you start on a different lake. And then they rotate throughout the year. So you go to every lake in the stump jumper category, but you might only have like 7 boats on your lake at one time.
Not even.
Yeah, because they can't house that many boats. Yeah. But they still want to compete. So pretty cool that he like started from that, came from that. Tournament bass fishes extremely well coming from his little puddles.
Everybody in Delaware absolutely supports him, adores him. His friend Jeff, he also does stuff. He's like the president. Yeah. He's probably not the president, but he's like the president. Yes. He might be, of Stump Jumpers. He is like Kurt's second dad, best friend. I mean, I only say second dad because he's older than us, but he is his best friend that Kurt could call about anything wrong about his boat. Like, I had to bring up a trolling motor to Lake Champlain. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to stop at Jeff's and pick up a trolling motor. I saved the day. Like,
she did.
Yeah, they are awesome. They absolutely support him any way they can when he's traveling.
It's cool. Like, I feel like it's, small town USA, but it's like bass fishing USA. Yep. Like, I asked Matt, and people ask all the time, like, how did you get here? How did you get where you're going? Like, you just start. Mm-hmm. Like, there is tournament fishing at every different level in every single state except for Alaska because there's no bass there. But there is bass fishing everywhere. Like, it is Bass Fishing USA. And then once you get in, you, like, fully understand that.
And Kurt said even as a kid, like, he wasn't the type that would go play basketball or something. He was fishing every chance he could. We'll be driving by and be like, yeah, I fished that when I was a kid. I'd stay there for 6 hours, and my dad would go work, and my mom would drop me off here to go fishing every day.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he did every single day.
I love it.
That he could, at least.
You gotta love it.
Yep.
So your favorite moment is anytime he finishes top 4.
Yep. Yep. I get so pumped. Oh my gosh. And watching him, what was it, 2 years ago when we were in this house, the title was here?
Yes.
Watching him and Matt on the last day was so stressful.
Yes.
But it's like, come on.
I know.
Come on.
You can do it. You can do it.
One more big one.
Just like wishing them good luck.
Yep. And then I gotta turn it off. And then I'll pull it back up. Be like, oh, okay,
it's the game. It's the game. This year, I like made myself actually like midway through the year because I was stressing about like watching, not blah, blah, blah. I made myself like, Brittany, you love watching live. Just turn it on. It will be fine.
Just listen
like,
in the background.
Yeah, just like let it go. Like stop playing the game with your own little head.
That's how I do. I put it on, I'll do dishes or something, and then I'll wait for like Kurt Mitchell, but
yeah. What? Excuse me. Turn it up.
Yep.
So knowing that everyone does this life a little bit differently, obviously you guys are seeing that too. From your perspective, what do you think makes a successful bass fishing couple? And it's a loaded question.
Yeah. Again, supporting each other. You have to understand like that is what that person loves. They are gonna spend most of their time bass fishing. Like that's you gotta love it just as much.
It's like their first love.
Yeah,
I think you're also yeah. Love it for them at least.
Yeah, even if you're just sitting on the boat.
Yes,
like hanging out, like that's fun.
Yeah.
And supportive.
Yeah.
Like you will go out and read.
Yeah.
I don't read, but I'll sit on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like,
and do your own thing. I mean, I just like being outside. But I for sure love reading. Now that I've gotten into fantasy books, I'm like,
oh boy, does
the world exist anywhere outside of my book? No.
Yeah, just hanging out with them while they do what they love.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes a successful couple, I think.
Yeah. I think even outside of bass fishing too, like if you can support the other one's passion or like at least enjoy it and not like make it a bad thing, I think that is just
and I would never make him like it's bass fishing or me.
Yeah.
Like, that would never happen because I'd be gone.
Yeah, I was about to say that's like number one disaster. You'd be out. I mean, even though like I know he absolutely loves you, but that would be. I feel like he could do it for like a little while, and then he'd be like, I couldn't.
Yeah, no, but I wouldn't blame him either. Like I would never make him choose.
Yeah,
I would never make him choose because I know that's his passion. Yeah, just like I hope he never makes me choose the horses.
Right,
because that's.
It's what you love and your passion.
Yep.
I don't think he would.
No, I don't think so either. He deals with them.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's learning to love them.
She said he has a respect for them.
A healthy respect.
A healthy respect.
Yeah, my one horse is like a dog, like constantly in your face. And he's like, what is he doing? I'm like,
which, if you follow Kelsey at all, on Facebook, because she's not on Instagram anymore, but on Facebook, you'll see Mac videos. And they are so funny because his little...
He's got loose lips.
Yes.
They're just like, bah, 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 the whole time. And that's like, Kurt, he'll like grab Kurt's leg with his lips and he'll jump. And then Matt could jump. And then I'm like, you guys are scaring each other.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They're literally like big dogs. Like, I don't know how anybody's scared of them. I can see that because they're like huge. But once you get to know them, they're like big dogs.
I feel like that. I feel like if they had a bad experience, it was probably because the horse was already having a bad experience.
And I've been kicked and bit and all this stuff, but I'm just like, would you cut it out? Like, you just gotta spend
I feel like it's like Great Danes. Like, they don't know how big they are.
Yeah.
So they don't know if it's like a big bite or a little bite.
Yep.
So last question, then we're going to wrap it up with some quick hits. As you guys know, what are you most proud of that you and Kurt have accomplished together, fishing or non-fishing related?
Well, we have our own little house, but we're obviously trying to go to Tennessee. Tennessee. And then, being dog parents.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. Because I brought the dogs on him and like I like dumped them on him, I feel like. And he just absolutely adores them.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest thing, I think, is just working together all the time with the dogs. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Pause.
No, I like that. Kenji was so funny because they kind of happened upon Kenji, and I'll never forget Kurt sending Matt videos and Matt like sharing them with me of I hate this dog. We got to get rid of this dog. You know, I can't believe we have this dog. Like, we got a new puppy. You want the dog? Yeah, tried to give us the dog. Yep. This poor dog is gonna die, in a year because and you can tell the story of her name, but all that no, this is my daughter.
Yeah, no, he has turned into such the dog dad. He loves this dog, and that's why I bring her, because I know he loves the crap out of her. But no, she was unexpected, and I have 3 dogs already. Yeah, when we were dating, and she was the 4th, which was kind of crazy, but it's fine. I love animals. She was given to me through my work because she had a heart condition where she could die, spontaneously. Like, we run it in the yard
and apparently that's like a thing
in German Shepherds.
Yeah.
So it was congenital. It was a congenital tachycardia arrhythmia of young German Shepherds. So she was given to me because her breeder was going to euthanize her. Yeah. And she did fine. I mean, I was able to take her to or do like ECGs on her all the time. She was on medications. I told her that she needs to not exercise, to take it easy, but we played fetch all the time.
Yeah, then we got videos of her fetching.
Yep. Because that was the thing. The cardiologist is like, avoid strenuous activity, and then she's like running, falls to the wall. But no, her name's Kenji because of the Purkinje fibers in the heart, which is what controls like the electrodes in the heart. That's what's messed up in her. So we named her Kenji. And she's actually
totally adorable.
Yep. She's going to be 3 years next month.
Yeah.
And they said if she makes it past 18 months, then she's good to go. Yeah. So we're good now. She's not on any medications. She doesn't go to the cardiologist anymore. Kenji.
She's on OREOs. That's her prescription.
That's her.
No face.
And no, he would try to sell her in the bar. We would like take her to outside bars and be like, you want this dog? No.
And now he's like, Papa.
Yeah. Now she has her papa, and they play duck together.
No, I love that. I love that you guys have created your own little family too. Yeah, it's so fab. It's fab.
I don't know how people do this with kids, but I mean, my God, dogs, it's doable. Yeah, because you could put them in the kennel. Yeah.
And then does she like her kennel?
Yeah. She doesn't mind it.
Love it.
That's our ride to Dada, Papa.
Okay, we're going to wrap up with some quick hits. So what is your PB and where did you catch it?
So we didn't actually weigh it.
I know. It happens.
Yeah. But it was in Delaware, of course. I think this was the biggest one. But it was on a glide bait. My first time throwing the glide bait.
This was your biggest?
No, the glide bait was epic.
Oh, I was like, I just saw a picture of a fish way bigger than that.
But it was my first time throwing a glide bait at Killen's Pond. Was it Killen's Pond? No, it wasn't Killen's Pond. It was Haven Lake, which is right down the road from us. Yeah. And Kurt says it was almost 5 pounds or 5 pounds. Yeah. But we didn't weigh it. But I'm going to say it was 5 pounds.
I would say take it. 5.5 sounds about right.
Yep.
6 fisherman scale. Yeah, like 6.
It was this big. But no, yeah, it was pretty big. And I got it with a picture with the glide bait the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll send that to you.
Yeah, we'll add that in here. Go-to show, movie, or book?
Oh my gosh. So, go-to show. I love Deadpool.
Ah, yes.
I love Deadpool. We just went and saw the 3rd one, though, and it was terrible.
I heard that. Yeah. That sucks.
But I love Deadpool. I don't read books. I did when I was young, but high school made me read books. College made me read books, so I'm like,
I had to get in.
I don't want to read that.
Like, circle back and find my own, like they're freaking good. Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm constantly reading at work, like
charts,
studies and stuff. Yeah.
So. Oh yeah, those. Yeah.
But yeah, Deadpool. I love Deadpool, and honestly, Family Guy. We put on Family Guy every night to fall asleep.
It is funny. Yeah. It's like very witty.
And there's like 21 seasons. Yes. Like 17 episodes. Yeah. We've watched them all. And we're like rewatching now.
I like it.
Because we fall asleep and it plays, but that's our, like, comfort.
Yeah, my
Family
cousins
Guy.
were really into Family Guy, and I watched it with them for a while.
It's
like
hilarious.
a long time. It's pretty good. And we know she can back a boat, which we're super pumped about.
Mm-hmm.
Now. And if you guys played Uno together with a group and you had a draw 4 card, would you play it on Kurt or would you wait until you got a reverse and play it on someone else?
Oh, I play with Kurt. Yeah, I want to win.
It's like the overwhelming majority, for sure. I actually think every single person has said that.
You can have these
Competitive
cards.
environment.
Oh, yeah, I want to win.
And then last thing before you leave, which again, I didn't send her this, so we may have to pause, but I'm taking this from another podcast, but I love that they do it. What is a question you have for our next guest without knowing who the next guest is?
What's your favorite traveling meal?
Okay, like place to stop along the road.
Either that or, like, what do you make while you're here? Like,
Oh,
your
while
favorite,
you're here.
Either
Ooh,
or. Like,
okay.
favorite restaurant to go to, or favorite meal to make.
Okay, I like that one.
Because eating is a lot.
Yeah.
That's what we do while we're waiting.
Yes, important.
Yeah.
What is yours?
A Chipotle.
Oh, yes,
Duh.
we know this.
I love Chipotle. And
I do.
Wawa, but Wawa
Yeah.
stops after you leave Pennsylvania. So.
I know. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Their made to order is very, very good.
But if you go even more south than Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Gotta
I
stop at
like Buc-ee's. So I like Buc-ee's for the home goods section.
Yeah.
I am not a huge fan of Buc-ee's food. Like Matt likes it, eats it, whatever, but like their hot station, I feel like there's too much sauce or something for me.
I always
The breakfast is pretty good.
Yeah, I got a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, the
That's
breakfast
the only
is
like
pretty good.
made food that I got.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like shopping. I only
Yes.
give myself an hour
Oh my
to
god.
stop at Buc-ee's.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
I bought a purse there one time. Like very nice leather purse. Super fabulous.
I love it there. We always have our Buc-ee's cups.
Yeah.
The tin cups.
That you
Yetis.
get there. Yeah. I love them. Okay, that is our show this week. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being
Of
here. If people want to follow along in y'all's lives, where can they find you?
So Kurt is always on Instagram, Kurt Mitchell Fishing.
And that's also where you contact him for War Panda currently.
Yep. We're gonna eventually make like a War Panda website or page or something, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
We have enough orders as it is right now. Doesn't mean to stop sending them in.
Yeah.
But I did tell him that. I said, well, how many glide baits do people need? Like
Yes.
once they buy one, are they gonna want more? And they're like, yeah. So yeah.
You always, Matt says, rule of thumb, you always buy 5.
Yep.
I was like, really?
Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of orders right now, but Kurt Mitchell Fishing, and I'm on Facebook, but I don't have any. It's just my personal Facebook. So
Are you still doing?
the Kelsey's Canine Customs.
Yeah.
I haven't been. It's just been so rough with my treatment and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
I know, I didn't even go into it on here. We can't even.
no, worry about it. It's gonna take an hour to do that.
Yeah.
But
I figured you didn't want to, so.
I'm finished anyway. So
I know, I saw that. Just random sidebar, what we were talking about. She was diagnosed with cancer, actually kind of like, not spontaneously, but kind of through a very like random happenstance. One of her fingernails like would not grow back or would not.
And it was years.
Yes.
Yeah, years.
And so they found cancer and they had to amputate and take lymph nodes. And then she had to go through treatment. So all last year up until what, July 27th? July
18th.
July 18th. That was her last treatment, but it was every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks?
Every 3 weeks.
For that whole year. So super exciting that it's done.
Finished.
Super exciting that she now is cancer free.
Yep, I'm just waiting on. I do need to get a PET scan, but
To like fully confirm it.
But we'll see. We're gonna say yeah.
Yeah. But that's what we were talking about, and also why I didn't add it in here because it is awesome that it's done, but I didn't know if you actually wanted to share.
Okay.
Share with the
I
world.
mean, it's a part of my life now.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, why do you have a nub?
I love it. It's a shark bite. Is what it is.
Shark bite. Ooh.
I remember when she told me she had to get it amputated. I was like, can we tattoo it like a peg leg?
I tell everybody it's my lucky fin.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
I love it. So you guys know, I love all these women. I love the women behind Professional Bass Fishing and all of these guys in literally all capacities because it takes an entire village and I love sharing their stories with you. So generally speaking, we have a new episode every Thursday if I'm really good. periodically I'm not that good, and it's normally Saturday that I upload. So follow along on the Instagram, which is at Random Kitchens Podcast, just so you guys know where I'm at with that. And then subscribe on here so that you will know when an episode is actually posted. But I plan to do it the rest of this year and hopefully into next year. So we will see you next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.